Hi everyone, and welcome to Lighting Layout Fundamentals, Design Basics for Optimal Illumination, brought to you by Big Shine Worldwide. I'm Owen, and today we'll walk through practical, actionable principles that make lighting layouts functional, efficient, and visually effective. This session is pre-recorded, so feel free to pause, take notes, and re-watch sections as needed. Let's dive right in. Why lighting layout matters. Lighting layout isn't just about where to place fixtures, it's about how people experience a space. Bad layouts can create glare, shadows, and wasted energy. Good layouts enhance safety, comfort, and the way that architecture is perceived. They also make maintenance easier and help meet code compliance. So whether you're a contractor, designer, or facility manager, getting layout right is key. Spacing criteria essentials. Let's start with the basics, spacing criteria. A common rule of thumb is the distance between ceiling-mounted fixtures should be no more than 1.5 times the mounting height. Also, keep fixtures about half that distance away from the walls to avoid dark edges, also known as the cave effect. For example, if your ceiling is 8 feet high, fixtures should be spaced around 12 feet apart and 6 feet from the wall. This ensures overlapping light cones and even coverage. Ceiling height example. To make it more visual, here's how ceiling height affects layout. In a room with an 8-foot ceiling, spacing between fixtures should max out around 12 feet. In a warehouse with a 12-foot ceiling, you can stretch that to 18 feet, but only if the fixture's light distribution supports it. If the space is used for detailed tasks, you may need tighter spacing or different optics. Always use the spacing ratio as a starting point and adjust based on beam spread and light levels needed. Core layout patterns. Next, let's talk layout patterns. There are 4 common types. Grid, perfect for classrooms or open offices with consistent illumination needs. Staggered, great for corridors to avoid harsh lines or scallops on walls. Perimeter highlighting makes a space feel brighter by lighting the vertical surfaces. Layered combines general ambient lighting with accent or task lighting. Choosing the right pattern depends on how the space is used, the ceiling structure, and desired aesthetics. Mounting and aiming beyond layout. Mounting height and aiming are critical. Lowering pendants increases intensity at task surfaces but reduces coverage. Wall-mounted sconces should be placed to avoid glare. When lighting artwork or displays, use a 30-degree angle from the ceiling to reduce shadows and reflections. For wall washing, place fixtures 2 to 3 feet from the wall and about 4 feet apart. This gives smooth vertical coverage without harsh streaks. Integrating with ceiling and MEP coordination is key. Lighting must work with the reflected ceiling plan, not against it. That includes HVAC vents, sprinklers, structural beams, and even furniture layouts. You don't want a downlight directly next to an air vent. It might collect dust and cause smoking. Also, align fixtures with architectural lines or ceiling coffers for a clean look. Think of lighting as part of the space's structure, not just its decoration. Now lastly, let's touch on code compliance. ASHRAE and IECC codes influence how we design layouts, especially near windows where daylight harvesting is required. Fixtures in daylight zones may need to be on separate controls or sensors. Occupancy sensors also impact layout. You must ensure their coverage matches how lighting is zoned, especially in large, open spaces. It's not just about wiring, it's about where you place fixtures to meet code requirements efficiently. That wraps up our short dive into lighting layout fundamentals. We've covered spacing and positioning, layout patterns, mounting and aiming, ceiling coordination, and energy code considerations. If you'd like tools to help with your layouts, like spacing calculators or code summaries, check the link below this video. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you feel more confident planning lighting layouts that work.